Hello and welcome to I Can't Believe This Got Greenlit, a show where we discuss movies from our childhood, our nostalgia from watching them as kids, how they got made, and our experiences rewatching them as adults. I am one of your hosts, Nick Warner, and yet again, if you're watching this on video, Mr. Matthew Pelton is absent in the stew today. He's not here, unfortunately. But joining me today to talk about a movie that she picked, which we'll get into in a second, is Alejandra Cordova. Alex is here. Hello.
Hi. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, of course. Welcome to the studio. Welcome to the second episode with no Pelton.
I'm honored.
Yeah, it's a fun time. Last time we had a friend of the show, Ren Livesay, on for the no Pelton episode, and this is another one. Honestly, he might show up
halfway through.
Who knows?
Hey, I'm here for it.
But today we are talking about the 2008 film Kung Fu Panda, an absolute classic that I am pumped to get into because there's a lot here. There is so much to unpack. We talked a little bit before the show started about just everything.
Such a good movie.
Right.
Such a good movie. It is still running. 2024 new movie.
Yeah, it came out recently, which is
2024?
wild. Yeah, this past couple months.
Yeah,
a month ago. Yeah. I think it was the semester.
It has to be.
We'll see. Okay. So going into childhood stories, this was your pick this week.
Mm-hmm.
I know when you first messaged me, I was like, "Oh, what movie do you want to talk about on Greenlit?" And you were like, either, whatever movie it was, or Kung Fu Panda 2.
Yes, Kung Fu Panda 2.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of Kung Fu Panda 2. I mean, we're not going to talk about that one today.
Right.
We'll get back to that.
Yeah,
one.
we're gonna do a little wrap around in the summer.
I mean, the Panda universe is just, it's always been like day one in my life.
Okay.
As of recent, I rewatched the first Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah.
Because of Burger King.
Oh.
Let me tell you.
Wait, yeah.
So Burger King, for the fourth movie that came out with this new food item. And guess what it's called?
What?
It's called a Po Panda Sundae.
No way.
A Po Panda Sundae. That came out. It's just like white ice cream with like chocolate. It's like super basic.
It's literally just
a sundae with like fudge.
Hot fudge
But
sundae.
anyway,
But they called it a Po Panda Sundae.
Sundae.
That's awesome.
The name of that reignited something in me.
Yeah.
Brought me back
Po
into
Panda.
like the Po Panda. I'm calling it the Po Panda universe at this point. I'm like,
okay, so I'm assuming you got it, right? You had to, right?
Like, no doubt.
That's incredible.
No doubt.
God.
Again, very average. It's
sure. Well, yeah.
Imagine what is it called? McDonald's, like a McDonald's sundae. It's
right.
that.
It's just that. Yeah. Okay.
But, hey, Burger King made it the Po Panda Sundae,
and it probably rocked.
It rocked.
Yeah, just because the novelty. Yeah.
Ignited something deep,
Right.
locked inside me.
That's incredible.
The panda warrior inside of me.
Yeah.
Got brought out.
Now, did you see the movie the same day as getting the sundae?
The fourth one?
Yeah, the fourth one.
No, I got it the day after.
Oh, okay. But it was like a little bender, a little Po Panda bender.
100%. I've been on a Po Panda bender. What can I say?
Incredible. Well, I'm very happy that you picked this because I feel like for a lot of kids our age, this movie kind of rings true. It's been in the zeitgeist for a hot second since 2008. I mean, since it came out, there's been so many different spin-offs, TV shows, video games, all that stuff, which we'll get into. But for me, obviously, I saw it in theaters, this is one of the rare episodes where I saw it when it first came out, and I remember seeing it in theaters. But like obviously after that, I saw it like a million times naturally, just by it being in the popular culture. But it came out in 2008. Which meant I was 6 years old. So this might have been one of the first
movies that
that I saw in theater.
Yeah.
I have to ask my parents about that. But we were talking about this very briefly before the show. But I have a very strong connection to the subject matter in this film because growing up, I did karate. It's not kung fu. But we were talking about before how in order to get like the next belt up, I would have to like put on like a little show for all like I called them kung fu masters. They're like the little karate guys. And I would just go, oh,
Yeah.
And I'll like break a piece of wood with my fist and just like my palm and go crazy. Do like a spinning back kick into like a, one of like the punching bags that's shaped like a human, like from like the waist up, and you just
literally in the movie when he's like punching and it fights back.
Yeah,
like,
it knocks
your
him down.
10-year-old self.
Right. I was going crazy. Yeah, so I was super into like everything like ninja related, karate, kung fu, like all of that stuff. In second grade, embarrassingly enough, I convinced my best. This is crazy. I didn't want to bring this up before the show because this is like an insane story.
Okay, hit me.
I convinced my friends that I was in like on a ninja team, like a legit ninja team. I was like 6 or 7. Like I was probably about when this movie came out. We were in like second or third grade, however old you are when that happens. My best friends to this day, if they're listening to this, they know exactly what I'm talking about because we joke about it to this day. I convinced them that I was part of a ninja team, and I met with the ninja team at like 2 a.m. because like I had school and then I had soccer practice, all this stuff.
2 a.m. meetings.
So I would sneak out of my house and I would go to these ninja meetings. So I had this whole thing. I had like a whole group. I made friends because I was like the kid that was on the ninja team. And like, it was nuts. I like started a little cult. It was wild.
Crazy way.
So one of my best friends, Declan, I love the guy. He'll probably be on the show at some point this summer. He told his parents he got up in the middle of the night and he almost left his home like in the middle of the night because he was so convinced that I was on this ninja team. And his parents caught him and they were like, "Where are you going?" And he was like, "I'm going to ninja practice with Nick." And he was just left home in the middle of the night. This poor child.
No, you like low-key kidnapped him, like almost lured a kid out of his home in the middle of the night. That is
it was a crazy time to be alive.
Crazy way to make friends, by the way.
Oh yeah,
props
wild.
No,
and they're my best friends to this day.
And they
bonded
stayed
over
friends after. Did they
crazy.
please tell me they found out about the ninja team?
I mean,
Please
almost
tell me.
immediately.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that night his dad was like, "You idiot! Like, what is wrong with you? He's not on a ninja team, you fool. Like, he does karate in the afternoon. Like, he's not going to like he's not doing like flips on like people's homes. Yeah. Like, this is crazy."
Like, you'll see him in the roofs. You'll see him hopping in roofs in the middle of the night.
Yeah, just like
full vigilante.
The shadow of him. He's just like hopping around. I'm like, "Declan, is that you?"
Declan,
oh my god! Just rockets down my chimney. Like, it's like in full full like black outfit, just like the full thing. Has like swords in it. Yeah, it goes crazy.
Yep.
So another thing, so like kind of going off of that, the Furious 5, so cool. Like I wanted to be them so bad.
I wanted to be
oh my god
part of that team. Like I was in beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
I was dreaming about these Furious 5. I am him. I am so him. I'm like, I want to be part of this team. They're so cool.
Oh, it was incredible.
So cool.
And yeah, the Furious 5, it was like one of those things where as soon as the McDonald's toys like came out, I think it was McDonald's that they had their yeah. I think I got all of that. Like I like made it a mission to like collect all of it because I was like, I want to. It was like Poe, how he has like all the little action figures in them. I was like, I want to be these dudes. I was like, this is amazing. And then later, rewatching it, we'll get into it later, but I found out who the voice cast was, and I was like, oh my god,
I want to talk about that.
Yeah,
so
we'll get into it
badly.
once we get into plot, but it's insane. It's insane. I was blown away because it's like, to me, that's the voices of the Furious 5. It's not, not Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
I was shocked. Okay, so going into production, this movie was directed by a guy named John Stevenson. Now, the cool part about this show, I know you've listened to a couple episodes, there's a lot of people, especially from the early 2000s, that kind of work on different, especially DreamWorks, because DreamWorks, it's a lot of in-house people. So this guy who directed one of the directors, there's 2 directors, he was on the art team for Shrek, another movie we covered, which is awesome. So he's worked on a couple of DreamWorks things. And then Mark Osborne, the other director, he directed a couple episodes of SpongeBob, which is interesting.
Panda and SpongeBob.
Yeah, but he also has directed a lot of other things that I've never even heard of. So this was like clearly his like biggest claim to fame, most financially successful. But then like hasn't really done anything huge since, which is strange.
I don't.
Yeah,
After
just
Kung
one
Fu
and done.
Panda,
Yeah, Kung Fu Panda. That's
blink.
it. Yeah. So those are the directors.
One and done.
So let's go.
Sorry, one and done.
Oh, this poor guy. I mean, hey, he might have made his money and just pieced out.
No,
if he did it right, those finance, I mean, we'll get into it in a second, but this movie made bank.
I was going to say.
Especially in the, what did you call it? The Panda universe?
The Panda universe, bro. The Panda universe.
It's crazy.
It's here.
So the score for this movie was done by 2 returning DreamWorks figures, which I was blown away by. This score was done by a guy named John Powell, who did the score for Shrek and the score for Robots.
Are you
and wait for it, Hans Zimmer.
What? What? For Kung Fu Panda?
Yeah, he's come up on the show a couple other times. He did the score for Shark Tale, Ali Smallwood's episode. And then he also, I believe, did the score for, it was another DreamWorks. It might have been Megamind. I think it was Megamind. But he did, yeah, he's like
he's doing so much.
I know. He was like weirdly in-house for DreamWorks for a while, and he just like did a lot of their movies. Even though like I brought this up in past episodes where he's done the score, but a lot of these DreamWorks movies have needle drops. Like it's a lot of like popular music. It's not a lot of score. So I was like, where does he come in? Does he just do like a 15-minute little session and then peace out and make bank? Like what's the deal?
No. I mean, have you looked on like Spotify or Apple Music?
Oh my God.
I keep calling him the Panda. I'm just calling him Panda, I guess. For Panda. Have
yeah.
Like,
well, yeah. I mean, you have like the iconic.
Yeah.
I think it's more so in like Shark Tale and Megamind because those are very needle drop heavy. This one you have like the the Chinese vibes, the kung fu music. Yeah, it's dope. But it's so interesting that his name keeps popping up on this show. 2 more movies and he's in our Hall of Fame. So I mean, he's getting there for sure. It's crazy. So we actually do have a fair amount on production today. It's sometimes pretty rare. Like I know 2 weeks ago when we did The Little Vampire, we had almost nothing because that movie there's like not a lot of production notes. Yeah. But so I'll go through it because there's a lot. Okay. So
hit me.
This film's story was created by a producing duo and written by a different writing duo. And I only mention this because their Wikipedia pages are literally combined. Like it's like the guy's name and the other guy's name, and it's like they only do projects together. So it's kind of sweet. So it's like the story was made by a duo, and then the actual writing of the movie was done by a different duo. So it's like it's just adorable.
No, we stand with that. We stand with that.
This movie had a $130 million budget, which for animated movie at the time, pretty dang high. For reference, 2019, I believe Frozen 2 had a $250 million budget, and that was like one of the highest, budgets, for an animated. So for 2008, 130 is quite a lot. But it paid off because this movie grossed just in the box office alone $631 million, which is crazy.
And that's one of them.
I was.
You were one
probably
of them.
Several of them. Probably we saw this in theaters a lot. But it's crazy because that's just box office. That's not including home DVD sales because DVDs were popping at the time. VHS, maybe not VHS at that point. But even so, like, you have all the spin-offs. You have the entire Panda universe. Like you have the sequels. You have the video games. You have everything. So going right off of that, another $30 million came from DVD sales alone, and it was the highest selling DVD of 2008, beating out WALL-E, which is crazy because WALL-E later beat this film and Bolt out for the Oscar. So WALL-E won the Oscar, but Kung Fu Panda won in the box office.
Generally.
Yeah, which is nuts.
So would that mean that Kung Fu Panda deserved the Oscar?
Maybe. It's like saying Barbie deserved Best Picture. Highest grossing. It was a good movie. So now we kind of get into the kind of like story of Kung Fu Panda. So this film was created with the intention to be the best looking film DreamWorks had ever made and as authentically Chinese as possible. That was like the filmmaker's goal. I'm now wrapped up in the wires of my headphones and I'm kind of freaking out right now. Okay. So the filmmakers studied Chinese painting, sculptures, architecture, and kung fu films to help create the look of this film. And I think somewhere it mentioned what is it? Hidden Tiger, Crouching
the
Tiger, Hidden
the
something.
Hidden Valley.
Yeah,
Crouching Tiger,
was one of like the main
that.
inspirations for this, which is pretty cool.
The Valley of Peace.
Yeah, Valley of Peace.
Valley of Peace is a real place, but
oh, is it actually? That's kind of cool. Yeah, while you look that up, I'll go a little further. So, due to the ambiguous goal of the greatest looking film for DreamWorks, the animation team was pushed to its absolute limits. We'll get into that in a second. What did you find? Anything?
It is a real place.
It is a real place.
It is a real
in China?
place. It is a real place in China, in Belize.
Awesome. Okay.
And it is a small village. Wait,
That
no, Valley
rocks.
of Peace is also an Islamic cemetery
Oh,
located
rad.
in Iraq. Interesting. There's a lot of Valley of
And
Pieces, but
Kung Fu
not.
Panda.
And
So the animation team was pushed to its limits because the filmmakers were like, I want this to be the best looking film of all time.
Mhm.
In my opinion, it pays off because this movie still looks good to this
beautiful.
day. Yeah. But when the head of production handed the script over to the VFX supervisor, like the head of animation, she reportedly laughed in his face and told him good luck because of how ambitious this
Are you
is.
serious?
Yeah. So the animators, took a 6-hour kung fu class to learn the ways in which the characters should be moving for this film.
They had animators.
training.
They had animators, people who sit on their desks
Yeah.
hours at a time, learning kung fu for this movie.
Oh yeah, this thing rocks.
What a stacked team
Yeah.
must have come out of the movie.
I
I'd
know.
be scared.
They
of the
do. Oh my
animated
god,
team.
they just do they fight each other
Yeah,
after
no.
work.
That's how they got the character movements.
That's what I'm
One
saying.
plays each character, you know.
I was one of the animators. I was training. I was going to my kung fu class that night. I was with them.
that was your secret ninja
yeah,
club.
my ninja team. Yeah.
You were animating Kung Fu Panda at 6 years old.
Oh boy. Okay, so originally Poe, the main character, was more of a jerk, but after hearing Jack Black's take on the character, they toned it down, making him more shy and silly. That's such a cute little thing. Also interesting to bring up because I feel like this has come up a lot with specifically animated films, but they start out a lot darker. Like Shrek, I don't know if you've seen the original animation for Shrek.
No, it's
It
very
looks
gloomy.
scary,
It's
but
very gloomy.
it was, it's dark, it's scary. Shrek was supposed to be, more of a jerk. Poe was supposed to be more of a jerk. Woody from Toy Story was supposed to be more of a jerk. They did they
serious?
recorded a lot of lines with what's his name? Not Tim Allen.
Woody.
Oh God, whoever's listening to this right now, screaming in their phone. Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks, the voice of Woody.
It's Woody.
I
What do
was
you
so
mean?
embarrassed. They recorded a lot of lines with Tom Hanks as Woody where he's kind of an ass, but then they re-recorded them for him to be more likable because they did test screenings and people were like, "This is too mean. We don't like Woody as a jerk."
No, I'm glad they toned out Panda.
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm
I agree. Well,
Poe?
yeah.
What would a mean Poe have looked like?
Well, that's what we were talking about in our Shrek episode is do you think that Kung Fu Panda 2, 3, and 4 would exist? Do you think Shrek 2, 3, and 4 would exist if they kept it as dark and scary? Probably not, in my opinion. And maybe it would have been just as successful, if not more, but I like to think that the change was for the better.
Characters,
Exactly.
Cater to the kids.
So, exactly, yeah. So, another interesting thing is that this film was sued. The DreamWorks was sued for this film by 2 separate people for copyright infringement. The first failing, and the second failing even harder, with the guy who sued them ending up in jail for 25 years and owing $3 million in restitution for wire fraud and perjury. Apparently, he fabricated and backdated drawings to support his false claims and even used a coloring book to take characters and claim them as his own. So basically, he was like, look at my drawings, DreamWorks, or Court.
Mm-hmm.
I drew Poe.
I did this
Way earlier. DreamWorks stole it from me. And then they were like, oh no, you just copied a coloring book, you idiot. You're going to jail and you owe DreamWorks $3 million.
What a
It's
crazy
insane.
way. Wow.
It's blowing
You're
my
trying to
mind.
get money from DreamWorks and
And then you
25
lose
years, by the way?
$3 million.
And 25
Yeah.
years of your
25
life.
years, yeah, it's crazy.
$3 million
crazy.
is one thing.
Yeah, I know.
25 years over this?
Wild.
Wow.
But you know what? Go DreamWorks.
Yeah, go DreamWorks. Hope Panda Universe still running. Yo.
And naturally, as I've mentioned, this film has several spin-offs, sequels, TV shows, video games, and much, much more, and will live in the cultural zeitgeist forever. That is all of the production on this film, nothing too crazy, but also a little bit nuts.
Insane.
I mean, a guy trying to sue, which is wild. Is there anything that I didn't mention? Because I know you had some notes. Yeah, go ahead.
Did you ever play the Kung Fu Panda Lego games at all?
You know
how they had the Harry Potter?
Yeah, and Lego Star Wars, on the PlayStation, you mean? Like that kind of thing?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Did you?
Yes.
Yeah.
The panda, they're like fighting.
Yeah.
With Legos.
That's
Sorry,
pretty
I just wanted to
sick.
give it a shout out.
No, that's rad.
That you mentioning that opened
video
like
game,
a gateway in my memory of when I would spend hours on Kung Fu Panda.
And you know what? I'm sure it was well worth it.
Oh, 100%.
It helps you to this day. When you're in a pinch,
100%.
you just use your Lego Kung Fu skills.
Yeah, the reflexes
in
I
real
have
life
wouldn't have come naturally.
Your body can only move like a Lego. It's crazy. Okay, so going into the plot, which we're about to get into the Furious 5. So this is amazing. So we open with the story of a warrior so cool and so strong that his enemies went blind, and who hangs out with the Furious 5, a group of incredibly talented Kung Fu masters. So we have, now let's get into it, because this is
what
a crazy voice cast.
This is what I'm excited about.
So we have Angelina Jolie as Tigress.
Mm-hmm.
We have Queen.
Sorry. Crazy. I did not know that.
No, neither did I.
Did not know that. Rewatching it and knowing that it was Angelina Jolie was almost like I was looking at Maleficent.
Yeah.
It was, wow. Did not expect
I was blown away with this entire cast. Like, not one person I knew. I was like, this is the one thing, and we'll get to this in final thoughts, that I absolutely did not remember was the voice cast. Because obviously, like, the scenes and everything, you know, you have the skadoosh, you have, like, the everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all of that came back, but this voice cast absolutely did not come back.
It did not.
So, okay, moving on. We have Mantz, which is played by the one and only Seth Rogen, which is insane.
Okay.
Like,
out
why?
Of any of the Furious 5 that was going to be a stoner, of course it was going to be Mantz, and of course Seth Rogen voices it. It fits so well.
Yeah, it was crazy. When I first heard him, I thought the voice was coming out of Monkey. Like, when he first talked, you know, he does like the little laugh.
Yep.
He does this iconic laugh, and I thought that Monkey was, and then I looked up the cast and I was like, it's Mantz. And then I kept watching. I was like, oh, that is Seth Rogen. Wow, that's crazy. We have Lucy Liu as Viper, which is the one person that I was like, I don't really know them as well, but like, you know, I looked up their credits and it was like, oh god, okay, so she's also huge. David Cross as Crane, which is nuts.
Crazy.
This is his third Greenlit movie.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he was in Curious George.
We should change the name.
Yeah, honestly, I can't believe it's got David Cross. So he was in.
It's got David Cross. Yes.
So he was in this movie. He was in Curious George, and I think he was in Megamind, to the best of my knowledge. There's three of them, but this is his third, which is great. He's also closing in on a 5 Timers Club. He's gonna be in our Hall of Fame pretty soon.
He's gonna be. You got to start a wall, man.
We have a list. We don't have a wall, but we have a list. We should start a wall. Just like put their faces up and like all their movies in gold, like just. Okay, and then finally, to round out the Furious 5, we have Monkey, who I first thought was Seth Rogen, but later found out was Jackie Chan.
Yep.
This is insane.
Yep. Honestly, I don't know about you, but at least when I found that out and rewatched the movie, it like I could hear it.
Oh,
like, I like it.
1000%.
Knowing exactly who is playing what after.
Yeah.
Okay. I know that you haven't established this yet.
Go ahead, just do it.
But Poe as Jack Black.
Yeah, Jack. Yeah.
It was
perfect.
I did not know it was Jack Black.
For real?
For years.
See,
for years.
This is how I was introduced to him. I knew from the very beginning.
No.
Yeah.
Not at all. Not from. No. It was like the biggest reveal to me.
Yeah.
That and Seth Rogen was like the biggest reveal about this movie. Jack Black as Poe.
Crazy.
It's
Poe and then Bowser.
Yes! Such distinct characters.
I wish Poe sang Peaches in
I was gonna
Pinafore.
say, I'm like, we need a Poe Panda Peaches moment.
Poe Panda
We
Peaches.
need a Poe Panda Peaches moment, please.
Oh, that's incredible.
Poe Panda 5.
Po Panda.
Kung Fu Panda.
Po Panda 5.
Po Panda.
That's what they should call it. Po Panda 5.
Yes.
And then not to mention Dustin Hoffman as Shifu, which is crazy.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
insane. Like this voice cast is insane, and like good for them. And obviously, like $130 million in the budget, it makes sense that they got all those people, but it's still crazy.
Can I quickly mention
Please.
something
Yeah.
about the fourth movie? Just like
about
the character cast.
Definitely.
So it has a smaller budget than the first movie.
Mhm.
I think it has like $84 million, something like that.
kidding.
It's like pretty small for
Wow.
the newest one.
Yeah. Well, even, compared to, especially it being the fourth movie.
100%.
Yeah.
Like compared to, I think that the Furious 5.
Got recast. Or did they stay?
They didn't stay at all for this movie. Like they're not in the fourth
That's what I
movie
thought.
at all.
Yeah.
I think it's because of the budget. Because
Yeah.
they couldn't afford them again.
That's kind of like the Inside Out situation that's happening now. Is Inside Out 2 is coming out, and I think it was Bill Hader and like was it Mindy Kaling or something like that?
Yeah.
I don't know her name, but there are two of the main emotions
Yeah.
left because Disney was like, we're not paying you more for a sequel to like one of our most successful movies of all time. And so like only like 3 of the 5 are returning.
What are they going to do? No.
It's crazy. Like they were like, we're not paying you more. I think it was either we're not paying you more or we're paying you less for a sequel that's successful. Like it's going to be successful. Like that's crazy.
That is.
So they walked, and rightfully so in my opinion. But yeah, I think it was the same with this.
Fair.
And same with I think this is to a much lesser extent because I think it went directly to Netflix. But Megamind 2 came out like this year, and I think like none of the original cast is in it. Something like that.
Even come out in theaters?
No,
I don't think it even
direct
had
to
any
streaming.
promotion.
Right.
Okay, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there was one trailer that kind of semi blew up online, and like that was it. Yeah,
It's kind of sad.
It's crazy.
Megamind was such a little franchise. Sorry.
I know.
Not to
Crazy stuff.
Not to
Yeah.
Back to Po Panda. Bring it back.
But if you're listening, please listen to our Megamind episode. It's very good. Yeah. It's a good start to the season. Okay, so Po, a panda who was our main character, we know this now, wakes up and we see that it was just a dream and he is indeed not friends with the Furious 5, a thing he is very upset about. And then we get his like witty little commentary and all of this. We get introduced to Jack Black as Po, which is amazing. So we find out that he hopes to be a warrior and hang out with them one day. But for now, he works with his father at his noodle shop and is a pretty clumsy guy. He's a pretty clumsy panda. Also, his dad's a duck, right?
Is it a goose?
That's what I was trying to figure out. Is it a goose? Okay.
It has to be a goose.
It's either a goose or a duck, but regardless, he is adopted, which do they even get into that in other movies?
They
or?
do.
Okay,
they
yeah,
explain
right.
as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's in the second one where he goes into pose. That's why I want to talk.
Yeah. You love that movie.
I love that movie.
Which we'll get to in the summer sequels coming soon. We will announce that in like 2 weeks. And Alex will be back to talk about Kung Fu Panda 2. Okay, so he goes to the Dragon Warrior ceremony.
Yep.
Where Master Oogway, a very old, wise tortoise, is going to let the universe pick the one who will bring peace to the land and inner peace to Master Shifu, a kung fu master who has been training the Furious 5 for this ceremony. Mm-hmm. He's awesome. He's also Dustin Hoffman.
The shout out.
So yeah, the shout out. Not sure if he's a great guy, but it's okay. So prior to the ceremony, Shifu visits Master Oogway, who tells him that he had a vision that Tai Lung, an evil kung fu master, will return. So Shifu orders for more security at his prison, to which the security guards just kind of brush it off and are like, nah, we're good. Because they're like rhinos, right?
They're rhinos.
They're like big, beefy rhino dudes.
Shifu sends like a little bird. Not a little bird. It's a whole.
It's
a
duck. It's
yeah.
whatever
Like
his dad is. Yeah, the goose. A little bird.
A little bird. Goose. A goose. He sends a little goose to the prison. And they're like, nah, look. it's safe.
Yeah. And also, not to mention, when I was a kid, even as an adult, oh my God, this scene terrified me.
Oh my God, was
so scary. Like if I was that goose or duck or whatever he is.
No, I'd be.
Oh, I'd be so scared.
Like even at the entrance of the place. Like,
yeah.
Honestly, the darkness, the like red lights that they have, the way that they set the ambiance of this place.
It's crazy.
It's insane.
And also like, are we also going off of the like Zootopia logistics where it's like there is like kind of like a hierarchy to animals? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's like they don't really respect the goose because they're all rhinos and they're like, you don't belong here, like get out of here, and they're like a little like racist.
Yeah.
little bit. They're like, you don't belong, get the hell out of here. Yeah, it's wild. So it's like being a goose or duck or whatever in this situation, I'd be even a human. I'd be scared.
I'd be scared.
Talking rhinos? Oh my God. No way.
Can we talk about this little scene? Or should we
wait, the scene where he breaks out?
Yes.
We'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
We will get to that in a second. So, before this happens, Poe goes to the ceremony to see the Furious Five. Mm-hmm. But his dad makes him take the noodle cart with him. He's like, you got to go sell noodles. And he's like, go
make money.
Yeah, let's go. This is my dream, whatever. And so he quickly ditches the cart and tries to get into the ceremony after failing to make it up the steps to the temple in time. So he, there's that famous scene where he's dragging the cart up and, it's a tight shot and then you pull out and you see like, oh, he's only up 5 steps and he like struggles to make it up and everyone's kind of running past him. He's like, you know what? Screw it. I'm not a noodle salesman. I'm going to be not the dragon warrior, but he's like, I'm going to be friends with the Furious Five. They're going to be my BFFs. Also, he's delusional.
Oh,
like
100%,
that's crazy.
100%. Man fully thinks that he's going to be friends.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, in this universe, those are like,
gods.
God. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And this man's just like,
I'm gonna go
hang out with my gods.
It's, to a much lesser degree, but that's like going to like a massive like Drake concert and being like, I'm gonna go hang out with him after the show. Just like being a random dude. Like that's so insane. So delusional. And I know Drake's not the best example because he's not the Furious Five, but still, it's like it's just absolutely ridiculous. But so he eventually finds fireworks. Now here we go. And he straps them to this chair and his dad comes running up and he's like, what are you doing? I thought you were gonna sell noodles. And he was like, that's not my dream, that's your dream. And then you have like the famous like, I love Kung Fu. And like he lights the fireworks and then they don't go off. And it's like really sad, but also incredibly well timed comedically because pull out, it doesn't go off, it's a whole thing. And then you have that iconic scene.
He crashes
the
scene. Oh my God.
Yeah, because the fireworks go off and he runs into the wall and he shoots up into the air. So funny. His face gets dragged on like the concrete. It's incredible.
Perfect like character.
Yeah.
Like moment just to show who this character is. I think
amazing.
That scene has been engraved in not only mine, but many children out there in the world. If you're one of those children,
right into the show. Email me at email me. Email the show at greenlit.wcb.org. That's not the actual email. Please do not email that.
Email that.
He rockets into the air, and the fireworks explode, and he lands in the ceremony right at perfectly timed. Right as Oogway is pointing at who the Dragon Warrior is going to be, lets the universe guide him, and he points. And Shifu complains that it was a mistake, and Oogway says his famous line that there is no such thing as mistakes. There's no mistakes. When he points, it was supposed to be Tigress.
He was right behind her.
Yeah, exactly. So he wakes up and he's like, oh God, I'm not the Dragon Warrior, but oh my God, I love the Furious Five. This is so cool. and then Shifu like begrudgingly agrees to train him, but really he wants to absolutely just break his soul.
Oh yeah.
So that one of his pupils can take their rightful place as the Dragon Warrior. That's kind of his thing. He's I give him like a day, I will break him. Because he's a legend. Like there's this one scene coming up where like he fights Poe, and like he just bodies him. Yeah, Shifu just like, and he's a big panda. Like he's not a small guy by any means. And Shifu's like this little, I don't even know what he's a red panda, right? Yeah, but he's tiny. And he flips him around like no sweat, slams him on the ground. He's a crazy kung fu master.
And he's tiny.
And he's a
size
tiny.
comparison makes it even.
It's insane.
Same thing with Mantis. Whenever Mantis is fighting, I'm just.
It goes crazy because you don't even see. Yeah. You see Poe just like getting flipped around, and you're like, ah. Also, okay, this is crazy because he goes into like the temple to be trained, and this dude, he genuinely has an unhealthy obsession with the Furious Five because he knows literally every single thing about kung fu lore when he walks in. Like he knows about the Wuxi hold, he knows about the Urn of Whispering Warriors, etc. Those are the only two I wrote down, but there were so many.
That is so beautiful. You had that on deck. The bowl of whispering souls.
It is, and then he breaks it, and then they go ah, and then they scream. It's so well done. Like it's great.
This is such a movie that pays attention to detail. I think within like the training parts, you really get to see that detail coming in.
Right.
I mean, the Whispering Souls is a great example, but the fire. Yeah. The fire little moments with the snake. I always forget the snakes. Is
Slytherin?
It's like, is her name Slytherin?
No, it's Viper. Yeah.
Viper.
I also had to check my notes for that because I didn't. That was the one that I didn't. She didn't really have a lot to do in this movie, to be honest.
No, she's in the next movie.
Is she in the next movie a lot? We'll get to that. So, and the Wuxi hold, by the way, is the thing where he grabs. That's what it's called. It's the Wuxi hold. So it's the one where he grabs his pinky, and then he puts his pinky up. And then he does the skadoosh thing at the very end, which we'll get to. But yes, so then we get an absolutely sick training sequence of the Furious Five, all through in their little dojo, whatever. And then we see Poe trying to do it and fail miserably. This is the thing where he has like the punching bag that looks like a panda. He hits it, it knocks back into him, and then he gets launched into like the little training sequences, and he just gets destroyed. Like he gets obliterated. Like this guy, he should have been dead after that.
Oh yeah,
like it was crazy.
Yeah, his hair singed at the end. I don't. Yeah, like, he comes in, and I think it's Shifu who puts it out. Yeah. A little like flame on his head out.
It's crazy. So the Furious Five after this kind of make fun of him, and he feels pretty bad because he looks up to these guys, like he worships these people, and they're kind of like, you shouldn't be here. Which is true because he's just a guy, like he's just a random dude that just happened to like launch himself into the ceremony.
Can we just like take a second and appreciate that? Like if that was any real life situation,
like, get out of here. Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Security.
Oh,
immediately.
Yeah, no. Arrested. Like, yeah, going to jail. Like the guy who tried to sue DreamWorks.
I can't get over
Poe
that.
Should be in jail for 25 years and owe $3 million.
Should be in jail
with that guy.
The guy who quote unquote threw him.
Yeah, right. So he then, we get a couple scenes at night, but they're not really of any substance. They're just kind of like establishing the antics of the whole their relationships of like Poe's not accepted, like whatever.
Like him,
exactly. Yeah. Tigress is like, right. Tigress is like, it should be me. Like it should not be you. And so the next day, Poe trains again against the Furious Five, and he fights them individually, one-on-one. And he loses, but he doesn't give up, which is like his one strength. So like everyone there is like, he's not giving in, which is kind of baller. 'Cause he's just all flubber. Like you see later when he's doing like an acupuncture thing that he has like, it's like a skeleton, and then it's just like so much meat around his body. Like it's ridiculous. But he doesn't give up. Like that's it. He has stamina because he could just take the hits. And that's it. And then this is where we get the scene of Shifu fighting him and sending him flying down the stairs. He's like if he comes back up, he's an idiot. He shouldn't come back up, and he does. And then we get the scene with the acupuncture. So when the Furious Five takes care, while the Furious Five takes care of Poe's injuries, they tell him the true story of Tai Lung. How Shifu raised him as his own and trained him, and when he became power hungry, wanting the Dragon Scroll, Shifu had to fight back, but he couldn't bear to fight his own son. So, Oogway was the one he kind of took him down, And if he didn't do that, Tai Lung would have defeated everyone and kind of taken the Dragon
Valley
Scroll.
of Peace? No
Valley of Peace?
Peace.
Yeah, Valley of Tai Lung.
Yeah, Valley of Tai Lung. Yeah.
Also, we talked about this briefly before the show, but... And this is kind of more of a spoiler alert for, 3 episodes of this series from now, where we talk about Kung Fu Panda 4. But the villain in that is not nearly as scary as this one.
Nope.
I was the most scary, even 2 and 3. Like,
even 2 and 3.
This is the most scary villain that you could have.
Introduction to Tai Lung, it is the
crazy.
I think DreamWorks antagonist moments, introduction to like the evil lords or whatever.
Right.
This has to be the peak.
Right.
Tai Lung's because can we talk about it?
Yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Because this is where
All
the
right.
part where there's a lack of extra security because the rhinos are like, we're cooler than you. We don't like you. Stupid little duck. And then Tai Lung's there and he breaks free. So let's go. Let's talk about it.
So the rhinos bring down the birds.
Yeah.
See where he's at.
Yeah.
He is literally in a well.
Yeah.
Like he is deep in the earth.
Yeah.
They're in a cave, but like deep within the
Deep.
cave. Like deep within the cave. Nothing like surrounding except like huge walls up and
Right.
everybody else is up there. He is in a box.
Uh-huh.
There is like bow and arrows pointed at him.
Yeah.
Like
The
maximum
tightest security. I don't even know how you can add more security to this.
I don't.
Shifu was like, add more, double it. And you're like, how is that possible?
Where? Where can we
In
add
this economy,
more?
we don't have the money to
Like,
fund
They don't have guns.
the
they don't have any of
employees. Yeah, it's
that, so
crazy.
it's just like,
And okay, so he's locked up in these in this body like shell, box, and his arms are like clamped down, but and the chains, but they're going off of the little cliff that he's in, and they're connected to these boulders. So like it's insane.
Boulders.
He can't get out.
No.
But he does.
He does with a feather.
A feather.
Can you believe that?
Power and finesse.
They were able to maintain him however long he's been entrapped for.
Yeah.
He's got boulders on his wrists in a well.
Crazy.
Literally, like
Right.
I keep calling it a well because
No,
I just
it-
think of
it
like
is.
really, really dark.
Right. Like
bottomless
water, like
pit.
dripping, single drips. Yep. Yeah, exactly.
And a feather.
Yeah.
One single feather from this stupid bird. But
Yeah.
we appreciate him because he's the only one. Well, he's not doing anything, but like,
Yeah.
he's there.
Yeah. He's the cause
messenger.
of the issue, but
He
it's
is.
fine.
He comes in as a messenger and fucks everything.
Yeah.
He
It's
says-
crazy. It's crazy. It's fine. Yeah, it's wild. So he breaks out, and when Shifu finds out, he tells Oogway, and then he tells Shifu that Po needs to be properly trained, so that he can have a chance of beating Tai Lung, and then he dies. This is like one of the most iconic scenes that I remember as a kid, and it like broke my soul.
Dies.
He's like, oh, Tai Lung's free. It's my time now. Best of luck. He's like, I did it last time. It's your turn. So he gives him the staff, and then it's like, I think it's like a peach tree.
Yep.
And all the like petals fall off, and he kind of like just embraces it, and he goes into the wind and turns into the. It's very beautiful. It's like well done.
Beautiful
but
scene.
so sad.
So
Like,
sad.
as a kid, I probably cried. As an adult, I probably cried. Yesterday, I probably cried.
There was tears streaming yesterday. Don't worry about it.
Also, I forgot to mention this, but in the backstory of Tai Lung, we realize that because of the power hungry Tai Lung, all this stuff, Shifu's kind of hesitant to train anyone fully, specifically Tigress. So like Tigress has a little
He holds off.
Right. And now with Poe, he's like, I'm holding back because I don't want the, fall of the power and everything. It's kind of like the Luke Skywalker thing where he's like, I trained Ben Solo, Kylo Ren,
Yeah,
Kylo Ben.
Kylo Den. Kylo Den.
Yeah. So it's kind of like that. It kind of reminded me of that. I was like, oh, it's pretty cool. But so then the rest of the movie, I'll get into the specifics of the plot, but it really is, it's going to sound repetitive because it really is just training. Tai Lung comes back, they fight again, they train, they fight again, and the movie ends. That's basically it. So Shifu finally gives Po his proper training, and we get the iconic scene where they fight over the dumpling. There's so many iconic scenes in this movie, but this is one of them that I remember so vividly as a kid. they fight for a very extended period of time.
I know, yeah.
And Po finally gets the dumpling, and then he gives it to Shifu, and he's like, I'm not hungry. And then Shifu's like, you're ready. Like, you're the boy. This is it. Yeah, it's rad. And the Furious Five set out to defeat Tai Lung themselves, proving that they are worthy of being considered for Dragon Warrior. So Tigress is like, you trained me for this. I'm going to go beat the heck out of him. Let's go. And then the rest of the Furious Five are like, we're not coming to stop you. We're coming with you. Yeah. We're gonna beat him up.
We're going to help.
Yeah. And after a pretty lengthy battle, the Furious Five gets paralyzed by Tai Lung with, his kung fu powers. Yeah.
The nerve?
Yeah, something. Yeah. They have nerve damage.
They have nerve damage.
And Shifu tells Po that he needs to use the Dragon Scroll to defeat Tai Lung. So he gives him the Dragon Scroll, and after seeing there's nothing on the scroll, he goes back to his dad, disappointed that he isn't special enough to be the Dragon Warrior. Which, by the way, he's not. He has no reason to be here.
No. He's a random dude off the street.
He's a random Po Panda.
Yeah. But you know what?
It's fine. Yeah, it's literally fine. And then we get the scene where his dad finally tells him the secret ingredient to his noodles in his noodle shop. It's nothing. It's nothing. He basically realizes in that moment that he doesn't need some special scroll to be the Dragon Warrior. His dad doesn't need some special ingredient to be the legendary noodle.
Yeah, noodle lord?
Yeah, Lord of
the Valley of Peace.
Lord of the Valley of Peace. Lord of the... Oh, that's so funny. The Noodle Lord of the Valley of Peace.
Yeah.
That's his official title, yeah. So, that's incredible. The Noodle Lord of the Valley of Peace. That should be trademarked.
Yup. I don't even know his name, but that's
So Shifu and Tai Lung fight because Po kind of walks away. He's all sad. He's not the Dragon Warrior. And Tai Lung is winning until Po finally arrives and lures him to fight with the scroll. He's like, I got something you want. And then they fight. So they fight, and Tai Lung realizes there is nothing in the scroll. And Po uses the Wuxi Hold, the famed Wuxi Hold, aforementioned Wuxi Hold, to defeat Tai Lung. He holds it, and he's like, you know what I'm about to do? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, please don't do it. And he's like, skadoosh. And he does. Boom. And that golden explosion as a kid rocked my world.
I just got goosebumps talking about it. Like,
it was so cool. It was so cool.
Surrealistic. It is such a different, ring of explosion that all other
it's like wind and it's like golden and it's like it's a breath of fresh air.
Exactly.
It's wonderful. The Valley of Peace. Yeah. It's not the Valley of Tai Lung.
Not the Valley of Tai Lung anymore.
So this defeats Tai Lung and it puts right?
No. But we also forgot. Tai Lung kicks Shifu.
He beats him up. He almost kills him.
Yeah.
I'm shocked he makes it to movie 2.
Me too. I'm like, man was dying at the end of the movie.
Insane.
He was
insane.
By the pond.
So defeating Tai Lung and putting Master Shifu at peace. And the movie ends with Po asking Shifu to get food because their great battle is over. And he says, sure, why not? Or something like that. Mm-hmm. And then the movie ends. And all is well in the world. And that is Kung Fu Panda. So final thoughts. How did this hold up for you? What were some key takeaways watching it as a now adult? You watched it twice also. We forgot to mention this. In the beginning of the episode, you watched it twice in the past week. I love it. Yeah. So final thoughts. What did you think? Did it hold up? What worked well? What didn't?
Honestly, this is like a cinematic masterpiece. The Po Panda universe. No wonder it kept on going. It is such... the one thing that I did want to mention was culturally, how did it do culturally? I'm curious from that perspective.
It's two American directors writing they're trying to make it as authentically Chinese as possible, and they get Hans Zimmer.
Yes. No.
So I'm not really sure how that worked out, but
also voice acting, not a lot of Asian representation.
Right.
But,
yeah. And does that get better with the movies forward? Like it's 2024. Does that
change?
I don't know. We'll find out after this and when we look it up.
2008 was cinematic masterpiece.
Yeah, fire.
Rewatching it, cinematic masterpiece. Panda Sunday, delicious,
Ooh.
And they should be out.
Shout out
yearly.
Burger King.
Yeah, Burger King.
Sponsor the show. Yeah, so I agreed. For me, this is an absolute classic. I remember this like I saw it yesterday. I mean, to be fair, I did just see the sequel, so it felt like I was back in that universe, which I genuinely was. The only thing I didn't remember were really the voice actors, and that was kind of the one thing where I was like, oh, okay, like this is insane. Like this is actually insane.
Kind of cool.
It's kind of a stacked cast, and I was, kind of blown away with that. But every single scene that, kind of came through that featured, Poe or the Furious Five or really anyone, like basically every major scene that happens in this movie, I was like, oh, I'm back. Like we're back in the Poe Panda universe. Like this is it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. One final thought on Kung Fu Panda. I can't believe it got greenlit. Hey, there we go. Oh my God, we did it. A successful episode in the books. No Pelton this week, but you stepped in, got it done.
I'm the new
absolutely incredible. A great co-host this week. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
This has been an amazing time talking about an amazing movie. So excited to have you back for Kung Fu Panda 2 in the summer.
I got a lot to say.
Everyone, stay tuned for that because that'll probably be an even better episode, and we have more time in the summer too, so it'll be great. It'll be great. Yeah, we'll have Pelton back. You'll have more thoughts. I'll have more thoughts. It'll be a fun time. But for now, tune in next week for a movie that we've wanted to cover since day one. It's been on our list for a very, very long time. It's the stop motion animation Chicken Run with friend of the show, Brandon Krish. We're so excited to have him. Yes, tune in next week for that and keep listening to I Can't Believe This Got Greenlit. This is a fun show and we love doing it. And yeah, we'll talk to you next week. Bye.